Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing a story that has captured global attention. Ukrainian drones reportedly destroyed Russia's $500 million air defense base. This event is significant not only because of the financial impact but because it demonstrates how modern warfare is evolving, with low-cost technology being able to bypass some of the most advanced defense systems in the world. The scale of this attack has raised serious questions about defense preparedness, the effectiveness of high-tech military installations, and how drones are reshaping combat strategies. From the exterior, the Russian air defense base appeared nearly impenetrable. Towering radars, long-range surface-to-air missile launchers, and heavily fortified perimeters created the impression of invincibility. Its design projected strength, signaling to the world that this was a core component of Russia's strategic defense network. Massive antennas, missile silos, and reinforced bunkers dotted the landscape, giving an intimidating impression of a facility built to withstand even the most sophisticated attacks. These visible features were meant to deter adversaries, but appearances alone were insufficient to prevent the incoming threat. The sheer scale and sophistication of the base's exterior infrastructure suggested both power and vulnerability, because highly visible assets can become high-value targets, drawing attention from adversaries who are prepared to exploit weak points. Inside the base, the operations were just as sophisticated. Control rooms filled with monitors, computers, and command personnel coordinated air defense systems, interpreting radar signals and managing missile launches. The interior represented the central nervous system of Russia's defensive capabilities, where human decision-making met technological automation. Operators were responsible for detecting threats, tracking incoming objects, and activating the appropriate countermeasures. Despite the complex interior design and the heavy investment in personnel and technology, the drones were able to penetrate the base's defenses, showing that even a highly coordinated network could fail under unexpected tactics. The interior may have been advanced, but it was not infallible, and the ability of small, agile drones to bypass multiple layers of defense exposed critical weaknesses in operational readiness. When we evaluate performance, the incident becomes even more revealing. Russia's air defense systems are marketed as among the most advanced in the world, with claims of high-speed interception, long-range tracking, and the ability to neutralize multiple simultaneous threats. The S-400 and similar systems are designed to cover wide areas, detect stealth aircraft, and intercept missiles before they reach their targets. In theory, the performance of such a facility should have been near flawless. However, the reality demonstrated otherwise. Ukrainian drones, relatively low-cost and small in size, employed tactics that exploited gaps in radar coverage and the predictability of automated systems. The drones moved quickly, maintained low altitudes to avoid detection, and targeted critical infrastructure within the base. The failure to intercept these drones highlighted limitations in real-world performance, where theory and practice often diverge. It also underscores the increasing role of unmanned systems in modern warfare, forcing even well-funded military installations to reconsider traditional defense strategies. Safety features are another critical aspect to consider. With a $500 million investment, one would expect multiple redundancies designed to prevent catastrophic failures. Layered radars, automated interception algorithms, anti-drone jamming systems, and reinforced bunkers were likely present to provide security against aerial attacks. Yet, the incident showed that these safety measures were either inadequate, outdated, or improperly managed. The drones were able to navigate around electronic countermeasures and strike high-value targets, causing significant damage. The failure of these safety features not only inflicted financial loss but also created a symbolic blow to Russian military prestige. In modern warfare, safety is not just about physical barriers but about adaptability, and this attack revealed a gap between conventional defensive assumptions and dynamic threat responses. The unique selling points of the air defense system also deserve attention. Russia has consistently promoted its air defense network as superior, citing its range, speed, and effectiveness in intercepting aerial threats. Systems like the S-400 are renowned globally and often marketed to allies as capable of neutralizing aircraft, missiles, and drones with precision. The unique appeal of such systems has always been their ability to project power, create strategic deterrence, and ensure airspace dominance. However, the Ukrainian drone attack challenges this perception. The very attributes that were supposed to make the base impregnable, high-tech radar arrays, missile interceptors, and automated defense coordination, were circumvented by smaller, cheaper, and more agile technology. This demonstrates that even the most heavily marketed systems can have vulnerabilities, and innovation on the opposing side can neutralize even the most expensive military investments. Price is another eye-opening element of this story. The base itself reportedly cost $500 million, representing decades of technological development, infrastructure investment, and operational readiness. In contrast, the Ukrainian drones used in the attack are believed to cost only tens of thousands of dollars each, a fraction of the base's value. The financial disparity is staggering, highlighting a paradigm shift in modern warfare where low-cost solutions can inflict disproportionate damage on high-value targets. This cost-effectiveness has profound implications for military strategy, demonstrating that asymmetrical tactics, using smaller, cheaper, and more nimble technology, can be a highly efficient method of undermining larger, more expensive systems. The economic lesson is clear: modern defense cannot rely solely on investment in expensive infrastructure, but must also account for adaptable, inexpensive threats that exploit predictable patterns. The consequences of this attack go beyond material damage. It's a striking example of how modern warfare emphasizes innovation, speed, and strategic ingenuity. Traditional metrics like size, cost, and perceived technological superiority are no longer guarantees of security. The psychological impact of seeing a heavily fortified, multi-million-dollar base destroyed by inexpensive drones is significant, sending a message about the shifting balance of military power. For militaries around the world, it's a wake-up call that investment in technology must be accompanied by adaptive strategies, continuous testing, and the anticipation of unconventional threats. The incident also serves as a lesson in resilience and preparedness. While the base's exterior and interior were designed to convey strength, the true test of a military facility is how it performs under stress. Performance metrics, safety features, and unique selling points all contribute to an image of security, but real-world events reveal the gaps between perception and reality. The Ukrainian drones demonstrated that flexibility, creativity, and technology integration can overcome seemingly insurmountable defenses. In response, militaries must prioritize continuous adaptation, integrating lessons from these incidents to improve systems, protocols, and training for personnel. This event also raises broader strategic questions. If small, agile, and inexpensive drones can neutralize multi-million-dollar installations, how will this shape future defense planning? Countries may begin to invest more heavily in counter-drone systems, electronic warfare capabilities, and AI-driven threat detection to keep pace with evolving tactics. The traditional focus on sheer firepower and scale may give way to agile, layered, and adaptive approaches, balancing cost, effectiveness, and flexibility. In the long run, the cost-benefit analysis of military assets will no longer rely solely on size and sophistication but on their resilience against unpredictable, innovative threats. In conclusion, the destruction of Russia's $500 million air defense base by Ukrainian drones is a landmark event that highlights the shifting landscape of modern warfare. The exterior and interior sophistication of the base, designed to project strength and ensure operational superiority, proved vulnerable to small, low-cost, and highly adaptive technology. Performance metrics that were assumed to be reliable failed under real-world conditions, and safety features could not prevent a significant breach. The unique selling points of Russia's air defense, previously touted as nearly impregnable, were tested and found lacking when confronted with unconventional tactics. Economically, the stark contrast between the high cost of the base and the relatively minimal investment in drones underscores a fundamental lesson: innovation and adaptability can outweigh sheer financial investment. The attack serves as a critical reminder that in modern military strategy, effectiveness is not guaranteed by expenditure alone, and even the most advanced systems must continuously evolve to remain secure. As militaries worldwide take note, the event signals a new era where asymmetric strategies, technological ingenuity, and agile operations will increasingly define the outcomes of conflict. The lessons from this incident will influence strategic planning, defense investments, and technological development for years to come, proving that in the modern battlefield, small innovations can deliver enormous consequences.